Greetings, fellow mayors. This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to the Masterclass series for new and veteran players to help improve their city building and city management skills.
And we have returned to Hanami Bay. And to recap the previous episode, what happened was our population of Hanami Bay has increased up to 33,000 population. And with that, traffic is starting to emerge, bringing down our traffic flow down to 81%. And with that, to battle the traffic flow, what we did was we increased or we used a combination of better road layouts by increasing its size, and we've also activated our transportation routes. So we now have monorail in queue, and we also have tram lines, and we also have bus routes that is serving the whole city. And for that, our traffic flow has improved up to 93%. Now, this is extremely rare. My best traffic flow has been steady at 92, but 93, holding it for that long is pretty darn good. And with that, they deserve an improvement of our station. So, for instance, this one here, this is incomplete and I think it looks terrible. So, we need to improve this drastically. So, the first thing I am going to do is I am going to pause this and I'm going to redistribute the area. So I see the alignment here. So my problem with this is this seems a little too close, and also this. So my plan is to stretch it out even further. So first I'm going to relocate our gates. Then I am going to redo our roads. So instead, I'm gonna try to align it with this one here. So from this, let's bring it up to like here, and then it will be about midway through this one. Then I'm going to cut it around here. Then we're just simply going to connect it. Okay, that looks good. However, I still think this is a little too much, so I am going to drop it down. Okay, I kind of like this much better. It's a little thinner and smaller, and we can put something in the back. So what we need is like a building to kind of represent this area. Let me make sure I de-zone all of this because it's going to be a new area, and we're gonna find a unique building that would fit the theme of the entire this entire district. So I am going to look for the Japanese buildings because they are mostly squared, and that I think that would fit well with this emerging downtown theme. So for instance, this one, look at that. It's a big block building, and then if you look at the rest, they're all blocky as well. So this looks perfect for this area. So I'm gonna go with this, and then I'm just gonna fix our pathways. Then we're gonna improve this area as well. Okay, I think this looks good so far. I'm going to remove everything here because we're gonna make this a little different. And let's go ahead and add in our stations. So our stop should have relocated. Um, So they're all on this side. Let's try to make sure they're all on. So again, you don't want to put it here. You want to put your stop a little more forward so there's more space for more trams to be behind it. Okay, and there we are. That looks good for me. Let's go ahead and decorate the middle part. And coincidentally, our city park has maxed a level. Oh my goodness, there's a crash here. Our trams just went nuts. This is crazy. Okay, so it seems like they were able to fix themselves, and let's take a look. So we still do have some traffic here, but what I could also do is I could reduce the number of trams. So that is still an option that we have. So to do that is you click on line details, and then you can reduce the number. So as you can see, we have way too many anyway. So instead of 9, we can make it up to, let's say, 6. And then so this is tram line 3, and if we check tram line 4, we could also reduce this to, yep, around the same, maybe 6. And let's reduce all of them as much as possible. This one actually needs to be as is, because there's like it will take about two trams to pick everyone up from here. So this will remain as is, line 1, and then finally line 2. This one can definitely be reduced, so let's make this up to 4. Yeah, so now that should reduce the tram traffic in that area, in this area. Nevertheless, even though we do have tram traffic here, it does not affect our main road because the trams have their own designated line, right? So they have their designated route where other vehicles do not drive over. So that is a good thing. And now let's go ahead and finish this design here. I'm gonna continue our detailing. Okay, I like this so far. Yep, this is looking pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and continue designing the other side here. So on this, I still want to add another Japanese building. So let's find something similar and something that would fit on this end. This looks like a decent building and it could definitely fit here. So I'm gonna place that on this end, but I don't want it to be facing there. I want it to be facing in this way. Therefore, I'm going to add in a road. Then I'm gonna click on it and rotate it to this direction. So now we get to see this side as the front instead of this one at the back. Whoa, you know what? Actually, this does not look half bad. I think I like this side of the building better. However, this does have that thing, but it's just a complete block. Yeah, we're gonna keep it on this direction. Yeah, I kind of like this one better. So when you look at it, it looks a little more different. And let's go ahead and spruce up this side. So these tiny parks have variations. So we could have variation 3. Yeah, there's like many different types that you can utilize here. Yeah, I kind of like these. So we're gonna make this more of plantation. All we need is to just add some trees to fill in the areas. So it looks like we're on a slope, therefore I'm gonna cancel this one. We're gonna look for something smaller to build around. Okay, I think I like this overall. And our tram traffic also disappeared after we reduced the number of trams. So yeah, look at this. This really blends in with this area, right? They're all blocks, and now we have like a larger one, which is a unique building. Let me go ahead and kind of spruce up some of this other side as well. So we're gonna add or try to use majority of these buildings. Ooh, this one looks absolutely delicious over here. And eventually when we have our residential up, I'm gonna zone this side, but for now that works. And let's see if there's any other building that we could utilize. Ooh, this one looks also good. Yeah, it's really blending in. And yeah, when we have more demands, I'm gonna try to add more. And lastly, I want to redo this one when I initially started. So I'm going to spruce this up even more, because now that when I do this one, right, it looks a lot better when you use more of the props, right, instead of just the park assets. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make something like this on this side. Okay, I don't think that looks that bad. I'm not really known for detailing. I'm more of a mechanics type of gamer where I make sure things are efficient because I find like designing things like this tedious. And I mean, I also enjoy it, but I enjoy fixing things a lot better. But overall, this can be followed by our friends at Console, so that is a good thing if you are looking for ideas on how to kind of decorate your tram and bus stations. And so far, this is looking pretty fancy. So with this one, with our format here of our arterial, we have our trees here, and I made it curve to this, so it kind of follows that. And then I introduced a different type of tree for this, so this also aligns with that side. And again, yes, I really love this squared buildings, and I find myself like replacing a lot more of these in the future once we have more demands. And I'm also going to apply things on this end, and if necessary, we can also add more stops or more locations like this. Like for instance, probably here I could make one, but I see that this is too close together, so maybe it's not a good idea to put a station here. It's just, yeah, I mean, this is walkable, right? So why would they go there? So this one is a pretty good distance from each other. That's why this is another stop. But we definitely need to make one around here. And I plan to stretch this out even further instead of cutting it off here. And overall, yeah, that's it. This is our tram stop or tram station design. Do know that this is floating because this is I guess, a slope, but I can't really do much about it. So we're just gonna have to ignore that floating object. And yeah, I think this looks excellent.